everybody who comes up to me or comes up to anyone who's watching us and says, "What sport do you do?" And you say, "I do equestrian." And they're like, "What's that?" And you're like, "It's horse riding." And they're like, "That's not a sport." But then they go on about how you just sit there like a chair, but it's moving. It's so easy. The horse does all of the work. Oh, you whip them with whips. Oh, you do this and that. That's animal abuse. Oh, it's easy. Anyone could do it. But then I ask you, have you ever been an animal that could kill you if you do one wrong move? Have you ever had the fear of one wrong move? One wrong move, and you could die. Have you ever had to be partners, had to ride, had to dance, had to do anything with an animal that is 10 times your size and doesn't speak your language? Have you ever trained for 5 hours a day, 7 days a week? Have you ever worked so hard and kicked so hard that you felt your legs were going to come off? And the reason we whip them is because it's what we do. And it's not to abuse them. They don't get hurt from this. And when you go into the show pen, all of your anxiety is there. And you're worried and you're scared because you are being judged. This is professional sports here. 7-year-olds do this. 5-year-olds do this. And you know what? It is a sport. Because, I don't know. But what goes through my mind when you say it's not a sport is, you dumb person. Have you ever felt like you could die from one little mistake? Have you ever felt like your life could end? Have you ever had to trust an animal that is 10 times your size? Have you ever had the fear of being kicked in the face? Having the fear having to communicate with an animal that is 10 times your size and doesn't even understand what you're saying. Horses are magical. But they don't even speak the same language as us. Have you ever just had that moment of fear when you're going over a jump or going around a barrel or going in for a stop that your horse could fall, trip, get hurt? But you know what we do? I'm going to suspect if this was you would cry. And you would get off. And you wouldn't even probably still be on. And you would have that fear. And you would never get on again. Or in basketball, you'd be humiliated for your life. Or soccer. Or anything like that. You know what? In horse riding, we have to get back on. We have to hold on for our lives. We have to stay on. We have to finish the pattern we're doing. We have to. Now, we could run out of there. We could just be done. But if we fall, what do? In the middle of the show, we get back up. We continue the pattern. We don't care. If our horse trips and they almost plummet on top of you. After your horse gets up, you continue your pattern even if it's just loping off. And you're going so perfect and everything could be all right. And then it happens. And you mess up. And you think it's all my fault. And you don't want to do that ever again because you're humiliated. But then you find out you get a 0 because, well, you messed up. That's fine. We all mess up. But have you ever had that fear of a horse, an animal that weighs like 1,000 pounds, like over 100 pounds? It could smash you. One wrong move and you could die. Do you still think it's easy what I do? You ask, why do I come to school with bruises and cuts? I say, it's because I fell. And they laugh. And they say, why? And you say, because I am a hard worker and because, well, let's see what else. Because I try, because I mess up. and they laugh at you. And when you show them a video of you, because you just made that one little mistake that you've never made, or you've made it only once in your life, you make that mistake and they laugh and they say, I could beat that. But then you realize to yourself, you're like, no, you can't. You really can't, because you aren't any good at this. Because I've been going at this since I was 3. Because I've been going at this since I was 2. Because I have been going at this for practically my whole life. Because what do you do on Saturdays? I ride. What do you do on Mondays? I go to school, get my homework done, ride. What do you do for chores? Clean stalls, water horses, feed them, ride them. And they say, oh, anybody could do that. But you have that fear of getting kicked in the head while you're cleaning a stall even. So do you still think what I do is easy? Do you still think that these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful animals could kill you? They could. Do you think even that the innocent look in their eye, it could all plummet? You could plummet. And you ask me, then why do you do it? My reply is, because this is my life, because I love them, because they are my best friend, because this is what I enjoy doing, because this is my life, because this is what we enjoy. And they ask, who's we? And you say, me and my horse. You show them a picture of your horse, they're like, oh, your horse is so old and horrible. You come back, you are gone for a whole week, they're like, she's probably sick. You come home, let's see, they ask, so why were you gone so long? You say, because I was at a show. And they're like, they're laughing silently, and you can see them. And you say, and they ask you what happened at the show. You say, I won a buckle, I won awards, I won. But you know what? The first day was kind of crap, because I fell off and I cut my wrist open, or cut my arm open, or I broke my arm, or I broke my leg. You know what? And they ask, are you okay? And you say, yeah, because it got back on. Or, yeah, I finished my pattern anyways. Because those little animals, from the time they're so little to the time they grow up to be just like their mom or dad, to the time that you raise them to be what they are, because they run around and they have fun. And then you run around and have fun on them. And you say, I'm sitting on a chair. It's like you're sitting on a chair. You know what? You go to the gym. I lift saddles that are really heavy. If you want a day's workout, just pick up a saddle. Take it on and off a horse. If you haven't done it in a week, your body must relax. And guess what? You do it again, you're like, I can't lift it, and you need help. That is what we go through. We go through pain. We go through fear. We go through love. And you know what happens when our horses dies? If a basketball dies, you're like, oh, whatever, because it just got flat. Or you threw it away. But when an animal you love, a horse, dies, you know what happens? We die inside. A part of our heart has been taken and smashed and shattered, and it can't be glued together because we loved them. But when a basketball gets flat or something, you're like, oh, my basketball. You're so sad, and you go buy another one. You know what? You can't do that with horses. They're almost always irreplaceable. They always are irreplaceable. So, you see that baby right there? That baby grew up, and it's winning awards right now because we risk our lives every day for these animals. So, do you still think it's easy after everything I've told you? No? Good. Let me see you try to do this for all of your life.